I would maintain that a written rubric of what makes a good musical performance is going to show future musicians very little without having seen a performance of quality first. Great writing, great visual arts, great music, or even a great service project, the model of that is so much more powerful than the rubric, which is why I carry around 90 pounds of student products with me. But I'm going to say one story, and that's that I walked into a special ed classroom of 8th graders, and it was about a dozen 8th grade boys, many of whom were much older than 8th grade age. All of whom were African American, and they were big city kids, and I was a white guy in a tie. They were all looking out the window or looking down at their feed. They weren't disrespectful in any outward way, but they clearly had no use for me whatsoever. And I couldn't think of anything I could say to interest them. I went to my portfolio. I got out blueprints of homes, and I spread them on the carpet in the middle of their classroom and just started arranging them, and I didn't say a word. And one kid got off his chair and got on his knees and started looking at it and he said, "Hey, come look at this." And another kid got off his chair and started looking at him. And then they all got off their chairs and they started looking at him. And one of them said, "Mister, what is this stuff?" And I said, "It's home blueprints." He said, "Who did this stuff?" I said, "My students." He said, "How old are these kids?" I said, "6th grade." He said, "No way, the 6th graders did this?" I said, "Do you think you could do it?" And he said, "Well, if I had time, I think I could." He said, "Did they get to design their own homes?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "Oh, man, they did?" And he said, "Come look at this." And they all said, "Oh, this one has got a swimming pool. This one's got a, you know what? What are you putting in your house? I'm putting in this." And one of them looked up and he said, "Mister, when do we begin?" And I thought it was all about the models.
Now, wouldn't this be a perfect piece for an outdoor wedding? What were you thinking when you were playing?
Merry.
Funny. Whimsical.
Point to me a whimsical moment. Good. It is said that so much of his music can be sung.
Great! It was the joy of camaraderie. It was like a drinking song, or, you know, everybody.
Yes.
Yeah.
You could hear one picking up where the other left off.
When you sang it, I felt like I could relate to it more.
It was more funny.
This is all in spite of the fact that we weren't really, singing most of the notes. So there's something else that is happening besides the notes. What's keeping you back?
I thought that was good.
It was good. No. It was fabulous. But was it the same as when you were singing?
When you're singing, especially since none of us are singers, we allow ourselves to just like go for it and be a lot more free. Whereas when we're here, we know we can play and we should be able to show that. So
this is a teachable moment. Write that down. Part of really getting into something is that you have no fear. The notes are there to make you actually go into merriment and joy and frivolity and whimsicalness. What drives you as you are playing?
Your heart. Your head.
Everyone else.
my ear.
Are you thinking about them? Show off!
I think I play differently when I'm performing for people, because when you're performing, you want to demonstrate something about the piece to the audience. So you want to make the rhetorical gestures and everything kind of exaggerated so that it projects out into the whole audience.
Good. That's good. That's good.
I could see a conversation there.
I could sense a greater risk-taking going on, and I loved that.
You actually get rewarded for risking.
I felt like it went from wedding to wedding night.
Okay, that's it. That's the best comment. At the moment of presentation, the whole point of performing is to have the confidence to lose your inhibitions, because you get rewarded for trying. You do not get rewarded for being inhibited. And when you go from having to do something to wanting to do something, only you know where that switch is. And the more you actually know where that switch is for yourself, the more you can be incredibly joyous and go from wedding to wedding night. Thank you very, very much.